Good afternoon. Actually, good evening. It's almost 6:26 p.m. Good evening. How are you? We are here on live. Okay, we're here live to discuss the breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Let's see what we have here. Hi, Annie. How are you? Hi, Loyal. How are you? I'm doing my live session on my phone. So if you have a question, just put it in the comment. The breaking news is that they cancel, humanitarian parole has been for those 3 countries, 4 actually, has been canceled. I don't know if they're gonna put those people in expedite removal. Yeah, let me pull this one first. Hi, Veronica, how are you? Good, and you? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Hi, Modesta. How are you? Long time. I haven't seen you on this live session for a very long time. I haven't seen you really for a very long time. Okay. So, remember that office when I used to tell people go to the ombudsman office and, file your expedite request? Yeah, they shut down the ombudsman office. So this Trump administration just shut down the ombudsman office, the DHS Civil Rights and Civil Liberty, and the Immigration Detention Ombudsman office. They are closed. Okay? According to the New York Times, the Trump administration told more than 100 staff members of the DHS Office for Civil Rights and Civil Liberty they will be put on leave for 60 days to find another job in the administration or be fired in May. Okay? Yeah. So, that office, usually when the case is taking too long with USCIS, what I will do, I'll tell people, oh, file your expedite request with the ombudsman office, do this with this, do that with that. Those offices close as of yesterday. That's the first news. Then the second news is that they canceled parole for, Cuba, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Haiti. They canceled it. And the other news, yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, they canceled it. They deploy the U.S. Military to the southern border because of this. Yeah, a lot is going on. Let's see what question we have here. Oh, you've been following me quietly. Okay, that's nice. You're feeling much better. Thanks. That's nice to hear that. You've been following me quietly. You don't want to ask your questions. Anyway, but thanks for joining us today. Hi, we hope for faster movement for F4 category in the Trump administration. No, I don't think so. First of all, even the people here, they're firing a lot of, try to the lightning. Okay. They're firing a lot of people for the job. They closed down a lot of offices and then firing a lot of people. So the entire thing is just gonna get delayed. It's pretty much delayed, and they're revoking a lot of, visas. A lot of visa revocations. Yeah. Okay, I want cancel. What means for? Yeah, when it's canceled, what what it means for those already in the U.S. So basically, the people already in the U.S., they're just gonna be without status. I guess what they're trying to do is place them into expedited removal. Those who have been here for less than 2 years. I guess that was the goal from the beginning. They wanted to place the people in expedited removal proceedings. But if somebody, let's say, find themselves in that situation, the best way to go is to, if you have a valid claim for asylum, then you just file asylum with USCIS before they place you in removal proceedings, because that's what they want to do. Thank you so much. Thank you, Modesta. Thanks. Yeah, that's what they really want to do. To be honest, that's what they want to do. They want to place all those people. It's almost like 530 people. Let me see the article, actually. It says 530. Hold on. Let me see the article. That's crazy. All the program that the Biden administration puts into place, they're just gonna get rid of those programs. That's the goal, Yeah, I'm like, okay, it's crazy. Yeah, 532,000. Okay, 532,000 individual with those type of visa. Now that it's canceled. Yeah. Yeah, let me see the actual article. I had it here. 532,000. I had it here. Yeah. Trump revoking protection for 432,000 immigrants. That's the humanitarian parole program, That's the one they're talking about. Sorry, it's actually 532,000 people from 4 countries, okay? We know it's Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. And for Venezuela, it's even worse, because what they're doing is that they're putting people into, they're just deporting people based on the fact that if they see like you part of the gang member, then they just put you in the plane and deport you. That's for Venezuela, and a lot of people are reporting that even the people they're not part of the gang member, but if they just see your passport, you're from Venezuela. Yep, that's what they're doing. What is the topic today? We're just catching up on the latest immigration news. That's all we do here. What does the ban on the yellow list country entail? Yellow list country, the ban says that, hold on, let me see what it says, exactly what it says, hold on. It's basically, I guess, visa restrictions, hold on. Yellow, it's visa restriction. It simply means that they want to see the country conditions and what's going on in the country. Then they'll make sure that they will have like they'll be on suspension for maybe 60 days and see what's going on in those countries before they start issuing visas for those countries. In other words, it looks like it's not a total ban. It's a restriction, but lesser than orange list. Yeah. Is the list out and official? The list is not out yet. Yesterday they say it was going to be out today. I didn't see it yet, but it's just going to be out probably by Monday. Asylum is the only escape gate at the moment. Yeah, that's how I see it, right? Unless the person gets married to a U.S. citizen, but you know, with those marriages, it has to be a valid marriage as well. Otherwise, it's just gonna lead in disaster. So, if a person want to get married to a U.S. citizen, they can do it now before this expedited removal, because, yeah. Yeah, that's how I see it. If a person want to get married, they can get married now before the expedite removal. Otherwise, they're just gonna place people in removal proceedings. Actually, they're not even gonna place them in removal proceeding. It's just gonna be like expedite. Expedite is when the officer decides. You know. Yeah, that's what's going on. Travel ban. Let's see about the travel ban. If it's already official. Or they actually put a travel ban on a former president from Argentina. Yeah, he can't travel here to the U.S. They're putting travel ban on people, and they're putting travel ban. They're putting travel ban on politicians, and they're putting travel ban on actual countries. It's like if the that's crazy. That's really crazy. Yeah, it's not out yet, but it's gonna come out anytime soon, this travel ban. Yeah. Red list, we have Sudan, Venezuela, Somalia, Syria, Yemen, Iran, Libya, Cuba, North Korea. That's like a total ban, like nobody from that country can come in. And then visa restriction, that's the yeah, visa yellow, sorry, orange is visa restriction, and then yellow is basically suspension, less restriction. Yeah, so it's coming. Haven't seen a lot of it yet. Let me see if I'm gonna find another news. Yeah. By the way, I'm taking questions. If you have questions, just just post the question since we're taking questions. Yeah, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on right now. Okay. I thought Trump first term Muslim country ban was deemed illegal by the Supreme Court. For some, I guess what happened in Trump 1.0, they went to court. Then some people were able to come in, but a lot of people were still outside uh, the country. So this one is not official yet. Of course, they're gonna sue again. It's just gonna go. It's gonna be challenged in court, but litigation takes time. Meanwhile, if there's an injunction, then it's still gonna affect people. You see. Yeah. What happened if you're here on a visa already? They might revoke it. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to revoke. They're actually revoking a lot of people visas. So if you're already here, then the person might see a revocation letter of their visa. And yeah, that's basically what they're trying to do. Is there a risk of rejection after filing a marriage based I want to while having a pending asylum? No, I don't think so. As long as the case is you have a valid claim. I've never seen that being rejected because an asylum is pending. Now, it gets denied if it's not a valid marriage, but the application doesn't get rejected because an asylum case is pending now. Because it's two separate claims, totally different. So basically, as long as you have a valid claim, you should be able to, file your claim. Yeah, let's see if we have another. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, so what else? Do we expect asylum cases to be processed faster under this administration? People who are applying, let's say, current application, yeah, it's being processed faster because I talked to people yesterday who actually apply in last year, I believe February 2024. And they called them already this year. Like after 1 year, they already called them. And I talked to somebody else too, who I believe in California. After 3 months, they called them for the interview after just applying. Like recent case, yes, it's gonna be processed faster. They call you faster. Process. Okay, if you, some case deny in California, now you are in a different state, motion to reopen, where my case will state. Are you talking about if your asylum was denied in immigration court in California? Yeah, the BIA is located, everybody files for the BIA is located in Virginia. So you're just gonna, if you're filing with the BIA, then you're gonna file in Virginia. But if you're filing a motion to reopen, depending on, basically with motion to reopen, the way you know where to file is where your case was last heard. If your case was last heard at the BIA, then that's where you file a motion to reopen. If your case was last heard at the immigration court, that's where you file. Because even if you move, if your case was heard in California, you have to file in California unless you change venue, which is you have to change it officially in terms of filing a motion to change venue. You know what I mean? So that's how it works. Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen with this administration. Yeah, DHS notice terminating Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela. It's officially done. It's gonna be published on March 25th. I guess on Tuesday, that's when they'll publish the notice, but it's done. Yeah, so let's see. Is it safe to travel? Just watch my last video. I already talked about it. My last video on YouTube. I actually put it today. Just go there, watch it. If it's safe or not, I clearly explain to it. I mean, explain it. The explanation is so, yeah, just watch my last video on YouTube or TikTok. That's where I'm explaining about the traveling thing. I'm not gonna repeat it again here. You're welcome. Oh, I love your natural. Yeah. I try to leave it like that because it's too much work. It gives me headaches. That's why I just leave it like that. I don't do, to be honest, I don't really do that much to it. I don't do a lot to it. Just leave it like that and just wash it. That's it. Yeah. I usually, most of the time, I just leave it like that. Too much work. Yeah, motion to reopen then it has to be filed with BIA because that's where the case was last heard. Yeah, the motion to reopen based on I-130 approval, it has to be filed with BIA. I wouldn't do that like that. Hurry. I'm not in this. If it was under Biden, I can say yes. But now, no. Just wait for it to be approved before you leave. That's it. Because otherwise, you're just going to get stuck there. Because right now, what's happening at the airport, because there's no clear guidance, CBP is just doing what they want to do. It's getting really bad. So if a person is, yeah, they just have to wait for all their documents when they're inside of the US. That's it. If you go, chances are you're going to just be stuck there. It could have been a possibility under the Biden administration, but this administration, they're not playing. They want to show how strong they are. So they are not playing at all. They really want to show how strong they are. There's a lot of intimidation and stuff. So they are arresting people, even green card holders. They're coming up with a lot of reasoning behind their arrest. They're revoking visas. So they're just gonna put a lot of fear in people. And if you do it the way you wanna do, you're gonna be stuck there. By the time you start fighting, it's just like you're the one who's gonna lose. They don't really care. Will Trump cancel it? That I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that yet. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that in this current administration. Under 1.0, he was threatening of canceling it, but under 2.0, I haven't heard anything on that subject. No, not yet. Not yet. Can they pick up without a warrant? They cannot do it without a warrant, but nowadays it looks like there's no protocol. You know, they're just picking up people just like that, and by the time you start fighting, it's just like too much is going on. There's no control. You know, nowadays you just have to be careful. Under normal circumstances, they can't do it, but looks like we're living under under different type of circumstances. So yeah, they're revoking visa, they're putting green card holder in detention without being charged. Remember that guy from Palestine? Without a charge, he was in detention. I think he's still in detention without a formal charge. You know what I mean? Doesn't work like that. So what they're saying is that if they have reason to believe that your presence or activities in the United States will have potentially serious adverse foreign policy consequences for the US, you're done. That's why they arrested this guy, you know, based on that. So yeah, a lot is going on nowadays, so you just have to be careful, especially with social media. Social media, you just have to be careful. You just have to be careful what you're posting. You really have to be careful. Yeah, I'm trying to be careful too, right? Try to be careful. Yeah, what else we have here? Let me see if I can find another latest news. Oh, when I went to Miami, I guess because of the change of weather, I went to Miami. I came back. Even it wasn't really a vacation. I went for a conference. I did only 48 hours there. When I came back on February 10, I got a flu, and then I thought it was just gonna go like that, but that flu took like a full month, like almost 1 month. Yeah, that was when I went to Miami. So it's not about last year. This is this year. Yeah, that flu took like, I went to Miami on the 8th. I came back on the 10th. Then I started the flu. It took me like until March, probably until last week, like a full month, 4 weeks. Yeah. So I was like sick, but I was just working, you know, because you have to work in this country. I was working, but I wasn't making a lot of video because I was trying to be a little bit quiet. But anyway, could be I didn't test. Could be was that, probably that. I did not test myself to find out what it was, but I went to the hospital. But I didn't do the COVID test. I don't like it. The way they put things in the nose, no way. You can't get me on that test. But anyway, so now it's over. I'm glad. I'm I'm glad I can talk. Yeah. So what else? Do we have any? If we don't have any more questions, we just wanted to talk about those major news. We have Trump canceling humanitarian parole for Cuba, Haiti, Venezuela, Nicaragua. It's gone. The official notice is going to come next Tuesday. And then we have Trump revoking a lot of visitor visas and work visas for people for some reasons. We don't know why. And we have, the travel ban that will be coming out soon, probably next week too. Then we have what else? Arrests of people being arrested for no valid reasons. A lot of changes. And USCIS now, once the application gets denied, it gets referred to immigration court directly. So that's another news too. I guess that's it, right? Yeah, I guess that's it. Saturday evening. Yeah, the memo is coming out on Tuesday about the cancellation of humanitarian parole. It's coming out on Tuesday. That's for because they canceled humanitarian parole for Haiti, Cuba, Nicaragua, Venezuela. That's it's gonna come, and then another memo is gonna come for the travel ban. And there's another memo for people who were under administrative closure cases. Most of them, they're putting their case back to the docket again. People are being scheduled with master hearing. Let's say the case was administratively closed, or the case was just put aside outside of the active docket. They're putting it back, and people are getting master hearing notice so they can work on the case and be done with it. So that's what I've seen as a memo. Prosecutorial discretion, nobody's even talking about it. Yep. So they're really focusing on just mass deportation and putting something. Yeah. So that's what's going on recently. It's just like a lot of terror. People are just like, yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. Yeah. So anybody else? I guess we can just wrap up because I don't see any more questions. Guess we should resume next week. I want to make a short video on TikTok now that I have the strength to do it. I want to make a small video on TikTok. If anybody wants to know more about traveling, I made a video. I posted on TikTok. I posted on YouTube. Just watch it. It's very clear as far as should I travel, should I not travel, what should I do? With a lot of details. So, because nowadays everything is like all over the places. And I wonder, when is the 100 days? Okay, they started in March. They started in January, February, March, April. Yeah, probably by end of April we can be better, because the 100 days, they like to do things like faster. But maybe starting May, things might go a little bit well. We might get guidance and stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, because the first 100 days, that's when Trump want to show the power. Yep. How long it take for termination? nowadays they say they don't have to take too long, right? According to the new memo, they say if a case has to be decided within 90 days, or 180 days. Uh, just wait and see, right? Because that's what they said. They said it's not going to take long. Under Biden, those motions to terminate joint motion was taking 8 to 9 months. But they had a memo. They say the case has to be done quicker. So hopefully in 90 days, they should give you the response. And I have a question about the ICE agreed to reopen your case. Uh, did you file it? When did you file the motion to reopen with ICE? The joint motion. Did you file it under Biden or did you file it with this current administration? Because I haven't filed a joint motion with ICE under this current administration. I just want to know if you file it under Biden or did you file it under Trump? The joint motion. Let me know. So I can tell people if they can try. Because right now it looks like they're not entertaining anything. Okay. Right now, I wouldn't suggest anybody to travel with advanced parole. They're probably not going to come back. Right now, they should have done it long time ago. Why they didn't do it? If they had that a long time ago, they should have asked for advanced parole, go out and come back. Long time ago, that's what everybody did. Even without the I-130, you just go out so you can make your lawful entry. So in this current administration, forget that. He's probably not going to come back. Oh, December 2024. Oh, you basically did it under, yeah, it was under Biden. Yeah, because new one, they're not really entertaining new one at this point. They might later, but I haven't heard anybody getting a new one nowadays. Yeah, Huri, that person, they should have done their advance parole a long time ago. I'm not sure why they were waiting for this administration and try to. Can you imagine even green card holder having problem? So imagine advance parole. You should show them my video, the last video on TikTok or on YouTube. I talked about it. Just give them the link so they can decide for themselves if it's wise to go at this point. They even, there's a story I saw on, I believe, CNN or those news channel. They said that they came to arrest somebody who has been here for 35 years. 35 years. They got deported. The husband and wife got deported. The children are still here. So because they were undocumented. Can you imagine 35 years? They were just going to work as usual. They got arrested and deported because of prior order of removal, of course. So yeah, and then if you have advance parole, now going out, forget that. I mean, the person might be lucky and come back, but forget that. Is Karen PD still a thing? It says it's still a thing. On the USCIS website, that's what they said, but I haven't tried because Karen agreement was set to expire on January 19 of this year. So, but USCIS came up with I guess an alert saying that people can still ask ICE to join motion, TPS holders to join the motion. But on my side, I haven't done it as of recent. So I don't know if it's still working, but people can still try, you never know. Everybody has their own luck. Filed last month under Trump and got receipt. Yeah, but yours was already approved. That's what we're saying, right? Yours was already approved. The PD, I mean, when the joint motion is already approved, it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, but it was already approved. You say it was approved on December 2024. So basically, the PD request was filed under Biden. It's basically in other words, ICE already signed it. Now you're just filing it. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I guess this is it, right? We talked about all the latest immigration news. Please like, please share. If anybody need a consultation, again, you know what to do. Just schedule it. Consultation link always, in my bio. Yeah. By now. Yeah, USCIS had an alert saying that people can file the TPS holders can file the joint motion with ICE. I mean, ask ICE basically to join the motion, but I haven't done it yet as far as this year is concerned. So I don't know if people are doing it, if it's working. I haven't done it as far as this year. Everything we did, those joint motion, we did it under Biden. Okay. So I guess this is it, right? Let's wrap up. I guess this is it. Until next time, bye-bye.